the United States, Mexico, Canada, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Right below in the basement is one of two marinas we have down here. And up there on the rooftop, we have bigger on the banks.
That's where
guys
Lauren and
take
Ryan
one
got
look
married.
behind me, up high at the Tower Life building. You can see that from this angle, it kind of resembles a big ship headed directly towards us. A lot of people like to call it Titanic from this side. You also have a better look at those gargoyles up there sticking out from around the corners. There's the water spouts. Pretty cool. Now we're going to exit out of the Horseshoe Bend right now. We're about to enter the flood bypass channel. Now the water level does get a bit deeper as we enter the flood bypass channel. On average, it's about 20 feet deep. Right here we have floodgate 4. It works like a drawbridge coming up from underneath the water. We have to honk the horn to let them know we're getting ready to exit out of here. The green light, it only lets us know that it's down and it's safe for us to cross over. Now the natural flow of the San Antonio River, it actually flows up ahead right here to our left-hand side. It goes southeast 139 miles into the Guadalupe River. It all then flows another 10 miles and empties into the Gulf of Mexico. Down there you will see a 15-foot drop as the water continues downward. You see the water just disappears way down there. We also have our second marina located back there. It's where we store all of these boats at night. Now we just exited out of the Horseshoe Bend and we're now in the flood bypass channel. As I said, on average, the water level here, it ranges from about 15 to 20 feet deep. We will be heading back into the Horseshoe Bend where the water level goes back to 4 feet. In just a moment, we enter the next floodgate up ahead. Now for those wondering, the source of our San Antonio River, it all starts from a spring that is located 4 miles north of here, off the campus of Incarnate Word University. The source of that spring is the Edwards Aquifer, a huge underground limestone lake, which also furnishes the drinking water down here. The path to the bridge to the left side of our boat is Main Plaza. The Main Plaza was established in 1731 as the first municipality here in Texas. If you guys look through the trees down here on our left, way down there, you'll also spot San Fernando Cathedral, way down there. The area in front of San Fernando was renovated in 2008. They have live music and food vendors there every single day during lunchtime. Now right across from Main Plaza, we have a very long walkway to the right side of our boat. That walkway was a gift from the Jury Plaza Hotel to our city. And it provides a continuous loop of walkway all around.
Your camera is
Now,
good.
if you look directly in front of our boat right now, you can see the oldest tree we have down here along the river. The cypress tree sitting right in front of us, it's over 300 years old.
Oh,
We're
look,
heading
that's
back into
where
the
me, Josh,
Horseshoe
and
Bend
Mama
right
walked
now, where the
last
water
time.
level goes back to 4 feet.
I'll tell you that
Here
story
is
later.
Floodgate 3. The Floodgate 3 works like a garage door. It's housed at the top. It takes 15 minutes for this to come down or to go back up, weighing approximately 3 tons. Now, both floodgates, this one and the one that we just exited from, they work together to seal off the Horseshoe Bend of the river to make sure that the water level in here always stays constant. So there is never ever any flooding in here during heavy rains. It is always being controlled.
That's the Mediterranean restaurant I was talking about.
If you guys take a quick look to the right of our boat at the Stella restaurant, you can see a fully grown fig tree growing through the wall of that restaurant.
To the
The
right.
rest of the trees actually located right inside of the restaurant.
To the
Pretty
right.
interesting.
The Mediterranean.
Mediterranean restaurant called Bella.
It has the fig tree.
Now you can see a lot of more restaurants and taverns coming up right now. Like here to my right, we have the Esquire Tavern, which is the oldest tavern on the river level. They opened their doors in 1933. It was exactly 1 hour after Prohibition ended. They must have been ready. They also have the longest wooden bar countertop inside. It's over 100 feet long. And right across the river, this big building to my left-hand side opened as the San Antonio City Public Service Building in 1921. It's where they would come to pay their bills down here during the 20s. Then in 1999, It was renovated by the jury in Suites. You can also find Texas Land Cattle Steakhouse right there on the lower level of that hotel. And to my right, we have our second tour ticket location, the second of three. And take a quick look behind this line of people. Back there is our Aztec Theater. The Aztec opened in 1926 as a black and white silent movie theater. They used a Mayan theme when they built it. You can see the big Aztec head up there. They did it to give theater goers of the time a bigger than live atmosphere. Charlie Chaplin, who once performed right here. Now coming up, we're going to pass underneath Selena's Bridge. For those of you who may have seen the movie Selena, about the Mexican-American singer from Corpus Christi, Texas. And Jennifer Lopez portrayed her in that movie, and she shot a popular kissing scene atop this bridge for that movie. Now here to my left-hand side, this white building is La Mansion Hotel. The building was originally opened in 1853. This here was once St. Mary's School for Boys. And when St. Mary's outgrew itself and later became St. Mary's Law School, it was moved to the west part of town. Then during the 60s, the building was bought up by the Omni Company. They built it and then opened as the Omni La Mansion Hotel in 1968. Now over to my right, you'll see more restaurants starting to pop up. Right here we have Wheels on the River, and down that pathway you will find pizzerias. I know it's a little cold right now, but also to my right we have Justin's Ice Cream Company. It's a very popular place to get ice cream down here. They're also open pretty late. Now if you want to see something pretty cool, as soon as we come out from this street bridge right here, if you guys look directly up high to the left of our boat at this building, as soon as we come out, you will see an optical illusion of a freestanding wall. Look up high to our left right now as we come out from this bridge.
You can't see it.
Looks like the building's falling right on top of us. This is the Next Hospital. It was opened in 1930, one of the first fully functional hospitals in Texas that offered everything from major surgery to a Band-Aid, all in one location. And today this is still a functioning hospital with a restaurant and a bar right in the basement.
So it's a restaurant and a bar
right here.
right in the basement.
Yep, that's where Dick's is.
As we go further, you will find more popular restaurants. Over to the right of our boat, we have Hard Rock Cafe. Then following Hard Rock, we have Paisano's Italian Restaurant. And right above Paisano's, you can also find the Harley Davidson store up there, next to Ben & Jerry's. Now to the left of our boat, we have Joe's Crab Shack right there, and then Landry's Seafood Restaurant around this corner. And as we're making this turn, the building standing right in front of us is the Hyatt Regency. The Hyatt right here sits directly across from the Alamo. We follow through these several doors right here in front of us. It'll take you through a pathway filled with gift shops. That leads you straight to our Alamo Plaza, right where we have the Alamo. You can also find Mad Dogs right here up these steps. Now this orange brick building right here is called the Casino Club Building. It was opened by the German business community in 1927. This was once a private and very exclusive club. Today the top 4 floors, they're now used as apartments, and the bottom 2, they're now used by restaurants and shops. So the area we're heading into is called River Square. Right here we have the most popular restaurants. We're entering the center of the riverwalk. Each one of these restaurants will give you the option of interior or exterior dining.
Is that okay?
To my left, we have Rainforest
You go like 3
Cafe.
hours, we'll be fine.
Right across from Rainforest, you'll find Saltgrass Steakhouse. Now coming up to the right of our boat, we have Five and Dime right here. That's where you'll find all the souvenir and gift shops.
My mom and brother
You
are
can also
gonna
find
love
the
this.
Chocolate
If I put
Factory
it on
right next door,
YouTube.
next to Coyote Ugly. If you guys check the back of your ticket stub, you may find coupons to a few of these places. You'll also find our website. If you're thinking of booking one of our private dinner boats, you can have dinner on a boat and a tour as well. Now, the majority of this area was renovated during 1972. If you look around right now, you can see every one of these restaurants has their menu placed apart to give you an idea of what they have to offer you. Coming up to the right of our boat, you can see a big circular building. This is the corporate building. If you look on the balcony marquee of the building, you will see the name Huckman Architect. Our concept architect, Robert H. Huckman, he had moved his office right here just to prove the point that it would be safe for a business to open up down here without the possibility of flooding. After they finished installing the flooding gate system down here in the late 1930s. So we've just completed making our way around the horseshoe bend. We started right there in front of that big Hilton Hotel in front of us. Now, all the time we've been traveling around the natural part of our San Antonio River. We're going to slow down the boat right now, and we're going to make a left underneath this bridge. We're about to enter our man-made extension, the only man-made part of our river.
It picks up the Tower of Americas from
there's no
here.
traffic coming through here.
Can I have your phone?
Nope.
Now our man-made extension we're now entering, it was constructed back in the 60s for the 1968 Hemisphere World's Fair. Our World's Fair was a 6-month long fair we held here in downtown San Antonio. Passengers, they would use taxi boats to get from the riverwalk up to the fairgrounds. Right here to my left, you can see one of our taxi boats. You see they have red and yellow checkered racing flags on the back of them. You can wave them down like a regular street taxi. Just raise your hand and shout out taxi when you see it go by. Make sure you grab the attention and shout out taxi. If not, the finger is waving at them. So wave like that. So yes, make sure you grab their attention. They're mainly used for transportation. They do not do any narration, but they're the only boats that cover the entire part of the Riverwalk. They go up north through our rock and dam system, past the Museum of Art, and up to the Coral Complex. It's about a 45-minute to an hour ride up north on one of our taxi boats.
Oh, I see fish.
Coming up on the right-hand side of our boat, you will see our man-made waterfall coming up on our right.
Yes, my love. No, I like it's fine the way it is. What are you doing?
You might have, like, you point where you want it to light up, and it'll light up that area.
It's fine.
Also the flash.
Right now, if you guys look
I haven't been
high
taking
to
pictures.
the right of our boat,
like the light is
way back there, you can see the big tower. That is our Tower of the Americas. The tower was built as the centerpiece for the World's Fair of 1968. If you take one of the 3 glass elevators all the way up there, you will find an observation
I can
deck
use my
and a
phone again. I'll
restaurant
use
that
my
makes
phone.
one complete turn every single hour.
You're not gonna.
The Tower of the Americas is the second tallest freestanding structure we have in the United States after the Stratosphere in Las Vegas. This even beats out the Space Needle up in Seattle. We're going to be heading right into our River Center Mall, which is the only mall near San Antonio with a river that runs right through the center of it. As we head into our lagoon right here, you'll see River Center Mall surrounding us. The River Center Mall opened back in 1988 and it offers you over 1 million square feet of shopping. We have over 200 stores right here. two movie theaters, an AMC, and an IMAX theater. The IMAX shows a daily viewing of the film, A Price of Freedom, which accurately depicts the Battle of the Alamo. Now, if you come to the mall during lunch or the evening time, you'll catch a live ambient fusion band playing right inside of our food court. And we'll have the pre-recorded music playing for the rest of the evening right here. Now on the lower level of the mall, we have the food court. So a few more restaurants here, like Chili's and Luciano's and Tony Romo's. You can also find a comedy club up on the third floor next to the AMC. As we head back out of our lagoon, you will see our third tour ticket location right here. We have three down here on the river, and each one is the same. They each cover the same route and provide the same tour. The only difference between the three is they start and end at the same place. So this one starts and ends right here. You'll also find a few more stores back there in the shops. As soon as you come out from underneath this small footbridge, if you guys look over to the right of our boat, coming up you will see a bronze statue of Saint Anthony de Padua, which was a gift from Portugal during our World's Fair of 1968. Over to the right of our boat. And when settlers came through here back in 1691, it was on the feast day of Saint Anthony right here. Now to honor him, they named this river right after him. But many years later, our city will take its name right from this river. As we've gone along the riverwalk, you've seen several types of fountains placed along the way. Each one of these fountains actually has a purpose. They agitate the water and put oxygen back into our river. And this river is home to many types of fish, including trout, catfish, tilapia, different kinds of turtles and ducks. And here to the right of our boat, if you look way up high, back there we have St. Joseph's Catholic Church. The cornerstone was set back in 1868. They have windows imported from Munich, Germany, and paintings done by the church's third pastor, Pastor Capricorn, right inside. And if you go and visit St. Joseph during the last Mass of every month, you will also find the choir singing in German. This next building with all of the flags is our Chamber of Commerce. And for those who plans to do business or move to San Antonio, you will find helpful information packets right here on the first floor. Now up high to the right of our boat, if you look on this Alamo Street Bridge, right here in the corner, you will see a big orange abstract sculpture coming up. That sculpture is called the Torch of Friendship. It was a gift from the Mexican government to our city of San Antonio back in the year 2000. It was a symbol of friendship from Mexico to our city. Right, that was our man-made extension. We're going to be heading back out through here, heading back into the natural part of the river. The water level does stay the same all through here, about 4 feet. Just going to slow down the boat once again to make sure there's no traffic passing through here. As we exit the man-made, this restaurant right in front of us is called Casa Rio. Casa Rio is the oldest restaurant on the river. They had opened their doors back in 1946, and they're the ones who pioneered all of the riverside dining and the boat activity that you see down here today. They would take their customers on a boat ride, and by the time they got back, their meal would be ready. That's how it all got started down here back in 1946. We're near the end of our tour. If you look straight ahead, up high, you can see the Hilton Palacio del Rio, or the palace on the river. They broke a world record when they built this hotel right here back in 1968. It was built in only 202 working days. This was a modular, prefabricated concrete project. The first 4 floors of that hotel were built right here on site, while the remaining half of the hotel was being built on the southeast part of town, over on the HV factory headquarters. Each room of this hotel was brought over here already fully furnished with beds, lampposts, couches, everything on flatbed trucks, and they're placed on top with a big crane just like the Lego blocks. You can see how the second half of the hotel looks like it's sitting on a big shelf. It opened up just 2 days before the World's Fair in 1968. It was noted in the Guinness Book of World Records as the fastest modular project.
What?
I'm scared. That was my
And please make sure to check around you to make sure you have all of your personal belongings with you.
No.
The driver or then your drivers, they do appreciate
Here,
your
I'll
tips.
give it to you.
You can also find us on
gonna win.
Facebook and
I
on
don't wanna
Twitter
get killed.
under Rio San Antonio Cruises.